Hi, I'm Father Joe. Have you heard the story about the three guys who were being interviewed and asked the question, what's the greatest invention of the last 500 years? Well, the first guy answered and he said, I think it's television. You know, the way it's brought the whole world together. If something happens in New Zealand, I can find out about it instantly in Ohio. Another guy said, well, you know, I'd say the telephone because it's the beginning of the internet. It's what brought us all together. Third guy says, I'm going to go with thermos. And I asked, thermos? What are you talking about? He said, well, check it out. One morning my wife will put milk in there for me, and when I go to lunch and drink that milk, it's still cold. The next day she puts chicken soup in there. I go to lunch and it's still hot. He says, here's the thing. How does it know the difference? Yeah, let's get to it. All right. All right. We have two questions this time. Dear Father Joe, why should I go to a celibate priest for help when my marriage is in trouble? Well, I want to answer this question in a roundabout way, but I'm going to answer it with one word, commitment. You see, I'm a Catholic priest. And this morning when the alarm went off and I slapped that alarm and never pushed snooze, of course, I was a priest. And all day, and all of my projects and all the things I did, no matter what I did, I was remembering that I'm a priest. It affected how I acted that day. It affects how I act every day. Sometimes it pushes me to do those things that are hard, maybe doing one more communion call, maybe sitting down with one more person. Whatever it is, commitment dictates each part of my day. And that's an important part of being a priest. And so there it is, commitment. I know from watching my parents who've been married for over 45 years that it's all about commitment. The joy of marriage is not found in maintaining some feeling of love, but in living out a commitment to be who and where God calls us to be, whether we feel like it or not. Priests know a lot about commitment. Married people know a lot about commitment. Their wisdom can be of help to each other. Our second question today. Dear Father Joe, my daughter is bringing her boyfriend home for the holidays and she insists on sleeping in the same room with him. I'm opposed to that. What should I do? Insists? No, it's your house. She should insist on nothing but respect for the rules and the ideas of your house and how you live and why you live them that way. It's important for you to understand that what you're doing is not wrong in insisting that other people live right where you are. I think it's too easy in our society to forget that our sexuality and the way we express our love for each other are sacred things and need to be treated like sacred things. I think it's very important for you to keep in your heart what you know is true. And I guess as we go through all of this, you might be thinking, well, Father, I know all that. I'm worried about how I tell her this. I think the first step here for you to remember is that conflict is probably inevitable here. You are bringing an idea of faith and love that she may or may not agree with, but that you have to hold fast to. You have to hold to what you know is right. I know that this can feel like you are being too harsh or even unloving, but I want to assure you that as long as you do this in love, you are doing what is right. You are the one who's caring for her soul better than anyone. Enjoy another day in God's presence.